Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of the ZapSec Modernization Series. My name is Carl Schneider, Vice President at ZapSec, and I'm joined by Anup Tuppad, who's our Senior Network Architect. So, Anup, I'd like to talk about something that happens on pretty much every migration project. The go live is typically like a Friday night or the wee hours of Saturday morning. And by Sunday, the project manager is drafting the project closure email. Like everything's done, like the network's been cut over, everything looks green on the dashboard. And Monday morning, 2,000 users log in. And if you're lucky, it's Tuesday before the first P1 ticket comes in. Wednesday, there might be three more.
I agreed. Yeah. And the engineer who built is already on the next engagement, right?
Exactly, exactly. Like theoretically the project's been closed, but the production environment isn't really fully baked yet.
Yeah, see, but we've been talking about this modernization series. We've been talking about, from the start that we've come to the place where once the modernization is done, okay, our network has moved along, and now we need to find this gap. This is the gap right there between when the PM wants to close and when the production actually stabilizes is the 90-day risk window, right? And without a dedicated hypercare phase, you are 3 to 5 times more likely to see P1 incidents in that window. That's not a statistic we made up. That's what the post-mortem says, right?
Right, right. So walk me through exactly what goes wrong here.
So this is a very good example which we have shown here. This is a there are three failure modes and they always stack in this order. And the stage one, not caught a system they didn't design, and their troubleshooting playbooks are written for the older architecture, and the escalation paths were never defined. Here, the MTTR doubles in the first 30 days, and not because the technology is bad, right? Because the team operating it was handed the keys without a manuals. So
Hmm.
what I meant to say is when the migration was happening, the knock team was never involved, and they were just given this entire architecture to them. Once more, moderation, this modernization is done. Okay, you go and take care of this. They don't know A to Z about it, right? And in the stage two is the one that surprises people. Okay, this is a kind of a lab testing never catches month end batch, or never catches around 2000 users hitting a network at 9 p.m. on Monday, or sorry, 9 a.m. on Monday. So week 2 through 6, that's where 70% of P1s hit, not day one. That's the middle window when everyone thinks it's done, right?
Right, right. And
And
like you said
yeah,
before, the senior engineers are already on the next project.
exactly. On when Here comes the stage three, right? Tribal knowledge walked out with the team. The senior engineer who had the knowledge is on another engagement, and he doesn't have time to give the KT to the SNOC team at all. So every decision, every workaround, I would say, every reason something was built a certain way is gone, right? The only run book left is ask the architect, and the technical debt compounds from day one. Then architect is in some other engagement actually.
Yeah, right. So like you called out, there's three failure modes, but it's all the same root cause, right?
Yeah, the project ended, the production environment didn't, right?
Right, right. Okay, so talk me through this slide. Like start with that curve at the top.
Yeah, so this is a very good representation of hypercare. Once your post-migration, how does a support model and a timeline looks for a 90-day? The incident volume spikes at a go live, that's expected. When we go live on the first day, we can expect some incidents happening, and that is very much
Hmm.
expected. The question is how fast it comes down and whether it reaches a stable baseline or a three-phase drive that if there are three phases drive that. Okay, the phase one is days 1 through 30, the immediate stabilization. The engineers who built it stays on. He doesn't go on any other engagement. He has to be there with the knock team. Knock team should shadow at the architect here and starts in day 1 to 30, and they are working alongside the build team before the build team leaves. or
Hmm.
and there is a pass fail gate where incident volume is trending down and critical issues are tracked and you don't move forward until that is green. Okay.
Right.
And next phase comes as phase two, right? From day 31 to 60, the performance tuning. Okay. Here, a detailed KT workshop should happen and ops manual drafting should happen. And at day 45 is the system stable milestone. Okay. And that's the, inflection point on the curve. And the second would be two pass fail gates here. One is the RCA is complete for every major incident. Okay.
Hmm.
And the SOPs are updated to reflect what production actually showed us, right? And not what the lab assumed. And the
Right.
third phase is day 61 to 90 is the handoff, right? Formal KT certification is done, no more shadowing, actual sign off is done, and operation manual is finalized. All P1, P2s are closed, and documentation is complete. Every box is checked before the engagement closes.
Right. So that's like a big difference between hypercare and just keeping an engineer like on retainer. Every phase has exit criteria to be checked.
Exactly. It's not a time box, right? It's a criteria driven. It's criteria driven. Basically, the environment earns the handoff. The calendar doesn't give it, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I mean, it's like every migration we've been a part of, the ones that went well and the ones that didn't. The difference was never the technology, it was whether the team planned for the 90 days after go live or just planned for the go live. Like because the project ends, but the production environment, it doesn't.
Yeah. So the only thing I want to say is plan for what happens after the cutover, not just the cutover, because the engineer moves on, your knowledge moves on until unless the NOC team has the KT transferred.
Yeah, excellent. And I
Yeah.
think that's great guidance here. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. And don't forget, ZapSec helps companies maximize their ROI and minimize the threats. We do intelligent infrastructure modernization every day. We've been there and we've done that. And if any of this resonates with you, we'd welcome a conversation on how to bring this sort of transformation to your organization. Visit zapsec.com or reach out to Anup or myself directly. Our email addresses are visible at the beginning of the video.